Today is our final installment of our grant assistance programs. I'm so happy you're here. Today we're going to talk about TSAHC. You're going to want to stay in tune for this one.
In today's market, you can make the uncertain certain because it's never about if it's the right time, it's always about when is the right time. Whether you're selling a home or buying a home, you need the knowledge agent to communicate the information that helps you make the right decision now. Welcome to the Market Madness with the closer, Walter Davis.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Market Madness, another day of Market Madness. I am so happy you guys are here. I am, of course, Walter Davis, the closer, also known here in Houston as your favorite real estate agent. But I'm with the Walter Davis Real Estate Group, and this is part 3 of our grant assistance program. As I've been talking about in my previous videos, we've been talking about, for those of us that don't have 20, 30, 40% to put down on a house, but we want to buy a house because we're tired of renting, how do we come up with that money? And I've given you 2 options already. Here's going to be a third option of how you can get some money for your down payment and some money for your closing cost, and you don't have to pay any of it back. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Of course, I want to preface this by saying, if you have any questions at all about these programs, because I am going to give you the bullet points on it, just reach out to me directly. Make some notes down in the notes area, email me. There's a lot of ways to get in contact with my team, but just reach out to us and we can get into more detail and answer some of your questions. But again, today we're going to talk about the TSAHC program. That is the, basically that's the Sweet Texas Home Loan Program. I just like to call it TSAHC. And then in this industry, we come up with a lot of acronyms. So let's hit some of the bullet points as I look in my notes here. Let's hit some of the bullet points right out the gate. This is a 30-year fixed interest rate mortgage loan program. You have to have that. There's several different rates and loan options available, but it has to be a 30-year fixed loan, not an adjustable rate mortgage. They're not going to put it on, or it's not going to qualify on an adjustable rate mortgage. Now, this is a down payment assistance program, and this grant, how they actually provide it to you, as you've probably heard in some of my other videos, this is a forgivable second lien loan on your property. Now, some people get thrown when I say loan, but that's how they have to structure it in order for you to get the money and for you to stay in the property for the required amount of time. Because if you sell the property before the required amount of time, you got to pay some of that money back. Again, like I said, I'm just giving you tidbits here, but reach out to me if you have some questions. The great thing about this one is this down payment assistance program is available for up to 5% of your loan amount. So if you buy a $100,000 house, that's $5,000. If you buy a $200,000 house, that's $10,000. If you buy a $300,000 house, well, that's just a lot of money. So we just gonna keep, my math isn't as good as it used to be. So we just gonna keep adding that up, okay? You do not have to be a first-time home buyer in this program. If you are a first-time home buyer, great. Well, let's help you along and get you going. But if you're not a first-time home buyer, or maybe for whatever reason, you sold your house many years ago and you've been renting all this time, you can still qualify for this program so that you don't have to come out of all that money out of your savings. This one in particular, TSAHC, is available statewide. I focus here in Houston. I have partners throughout the Texas area and Dallas and San Antonio and, all over Austin, all over the place. But I reside in Houston. So this program we've used many times with many of my clients in order to help for those that didn't have a big chunk of money on the front end, or maybe they did. Maybe they had the down payment, but they didn't have closing costs. Or maybe they had closing costs and they didn't have the down payment. We could use this program or any of the 2 other programs that I talked about to assist you in closing the gap so that you don't have to come out of any additional monies or borrow any additional monies. Now, one thing that I'm going to talk about that I didn't talk about in the other two videos is you also have an option to possibly apply for a mortgage credit certificate. Now, we can get into a lot of details in that, but I usually try and stay in my lane and let my lenders, my preferred lenders, talk about that in more detail. But that's going to help you when you go to file your taxes. That's going to help you as a credit that you get every year as you're paying that 30-year loan. Now, lastly, you can always go to the website on here. The website on this one, if you just typed in TSAHC.org, that's TSAHC.org, or if you typed in home buyers assistant programs, it'll probably show you 3 or 4. The one I'm telling you about right now, again, is the TSAHC, which is the Texas Sweet Home, the Texas, there's a tongue twister there, the Home Sweet Texas Home Loan Programs. So, this is a great program. Now, some people ask me all the time, they say, well, what lenders do I need to use? There's certified lenders and preferred lenders throughout all these programs. And the majority of lenders that I've worked with throughout the Houston area qualify or have utilized one or the other of these programs. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that you have a solution to finding out what we need to do for your down payment and for your closing costs. But that's why it's important to reach out to us. So if you have any questions, just like this was going to be a short video. Again, this is very close to the SETH program. And then, of course, I talked about the HAP program in one of my other videos. Lastly, I talked about credit and debt to income ratio. So if you haven't been on my channel, you definitely need to go there and look at some videos there. And you can find out quite a bit about what's going on in the market, what's going on with different programs for buyers. And then next week, we're going to talk a lot about sellers. So I'm pretty excited to be here to provide this information for you. If you have any questions, you can reach me at 832-257-9083, or you can email me at Walter, B as in boy, Davis at kw.com. Lastly, I want to leave you with this, is that if you aspire to be a homeowner, whether you're renting now, whether you're renting a home or renting an apartment or living with family, but you aspire to be a homeowner and you have a job and you have some debt, the best thing about it is to get started sooner than later. Don't get to the point where you're ready to buy a home. You're like, okay, I'm gonna go shop for a home. And then you find out that your credit's not ready or your finances aren't ready. The best thing I always like to say to my clients out there and to all of you, which are my future clients, is let's start early. Let's find out, even if you're not thinking about buying until next year, let's start today so we can determine where you are. And once we determine where you are, we can see what grants you qualify for. We can see what we need to do in order to improve your credit and help you financially. We can go through the process of putting you in the best position to buy your home, the home of your dreams for you and your family. So I ask you, just reach out to me. I'd love to put you in my team, and we'd love to work with you to make your dream of home ownership a reality. So stay healthy, stay safe, and God bless. I look forward to hearing to you next time. I got some more great videos down the road. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.